D'Angelo Russell, what a finish here. You're up 1 point, you get the ball in the corner. What's going through your mind as that shot leaves the fingers?
Make it. Honestly, everybody came locked in. Everybody came and was efficient with whatever it was to dictate the win. I just want to make shots, man. That's what I do. Just continue to try to be a high percentage shot maker for the team.
It's been a number of years now since I first had a walk-off with you, your rookie year. Back in the day, we had some ice in your veins moments there.
That was one of them.
Well, that was going to ask you. That was one of them. So and this is a game, too, highly competitive. They were doing a lot of talking, you and Alvarado. So does that get you going more and into the mindset you want to be in?
I was already going before that, so I think he was trying to be calculated and cool me off. I respect his competition. I respect everything about him, so nothing but love there.
Yeah, you did have 13 points in that first quarter. They came out with an impressive mindset. You knew it was going to be tough after beating them on Sunday. How did you get going early when they were tilting some of their defense?
I'm just trying to have the same mentality, same approach for whoever we play. Back-to-back games against them, we treated it like it was a playoff series at their place. So that was my main focus, just trying to lock into what our objective was and to play as hard as I can.
You'll have a couple days off now, but of course the next game will be against Denver, not until Saturday. Any early thoughts as you think about just getting through this play-in, this grind that you've been on to get out of the play-in, and now you're in the playoffs?
Nope, just lock in, focus on the scouting report, and control what I can control.
All right, go enjoy it.
Yep, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, Gabe, we were just talking to AD kind of about your defense and what he's noticed, but just wondered as you were out and rehabbing, you were watching the games, like where did you envision that you'd be able to come in and help this team specifically, and how have you focused on doing that since you returned?
I mean, like I mentioned before, it's just all the little things, whether it's a loose ball or getting back on defense, just trying to fill in the gaps. It's a very talented group. I never felt like I needed to come back and have 30 or something like that. That's not really what this team needs. And there might be a night where I hit shots, and that's what the case may be. But there's a number of ways to impact winning, and I'm trying to find every which one there is.
You had a couple threes in this one early, but then just the defense throughout. AD called you a ball hawk, like you run through pressure. What was the focus in this game tonight, and where were you noticing that you needed to pay attention to what the Pelicans were doing?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was CJ. Like, whenever I was in and he was in, I definitely wanted to guard him, talented scorer. And when I wasn't on him, it was just how can I communicate to others and try to make the game as difficult for the opponent as I can.
You mentioned, I think, one switch where you were on Zion. There were a couple switches with Ingram. With either taller or bigger guys, what's the key in that kind of a matchup?
I mean, every guy is different. This league's so talented. It's a very different guard in terms of guarding Zion versus guarding BI. But I just compete. I'm just going to compete. I'm not going to back down from a challenge. And I know I got support behind me, and my guys are there ready to pull a trigger and make a play. So they give me a lot of confidence out there.
It's just your seventh game back since coming back from.
Word? Damn. Okay. That's a good number. Yeah.
I was playing trash last night.
Don't play the pass line, man.
Where's your legs, your comfort level after being out for such a long period of time? Only 7 games is a good number, but it's one game.
Yeah. I mean, each game I feel better naturally. I think there's no replacing reps, and I think that's something I've missed most of this year. Whether it's reps in practice or just getting shots up or a rhythm type thing, but each game I feel better naturally, and always better when you get a win.
Gabe, you know what the in-season, the play-in tournament can do for a team as it kind of pushes it in to the postseason. To have a game where so many different guys outside of kind of like the main stars had big moments, what does that do for you guys as you enter the teeth of the postseason?
I mean, it's huge. You get tested in a number of ways throughout the season. And I think we've had our others, so to speak, step up in a number of times, a number of ways this year. But at a time like this, in a game that really matters for us as we move forward towards this postseason, I think it was huge. I think it was huge for us to show that we could, handle the adversity, and other people could step up, and we can, get a good win as a team.
What are your early thoughts on the matchup with Denver?
Looking forward to it.
Anything matchup specific or?
Game 1 Saturday, right? Yep, Game 1 Saturday. Looking forward to it. Appreciate y'all.
AD, LeBron referenced this a little bit, but New Orleans, defensively seemed like they had tilted things a lot to try and take away some of the paint touches and just crowd you and LeBron. Austin, D'Lo, Rui, Gabe, various guys stepping up around you, kind of capped by that D'Lo three. What did you guys get from your teammates tonight?
Yeah, everything. I think me and Bron were 12 for 36 or something like that, and D'Lo, AR, Rui, TP, Gabe. Jags, those the guys that really win a game for us. Me and Bron sprinkled in some makes, every now and then, but the way those guys played, kept us in the game, got us a big lead, and ultimately, won a game for us. So, that's what we're going to need. If the team's going to try to take me and Bron away, we need the rest of the guys to play how they play tonight.
How did the back feel from Sunday through today, and then how important is it now to not have to play again on Friday and get your rest, get your health ahead of what's going to obviously be a tough series against Denver?
Yeah, I mean, it's good that we won tonight, get a couple of days to get it back right. Still, oh my God. Did feel it tonight, a lot of the jumping and stuff. I'm not sure anybody had back spasm, but it's tough. So try to keep it as loose as possible. And then it's just the constant, moving and things like that, twisting and turning and stuff like that just kind of limited me a little bit. But still try to go out there and be effective and help the team win. But I feel like I'll be 100% as far as the back come Saturday.
Were you still having spasms out there at all today at all? Was it locking up?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it affected you and like part of that you mentioned the 12 for 36? Do you feel like that played a role in how you played?
I had some good looks. Easy little touch shots around the rim that I just missed. I think what affected me the most is just as far as movement going to get offensive rebounds and things like that. Just my presence at the rim. It was just tough, but we got it done. And like I say, I have a couple of days now to kind of get it back to normal, and then get ready for Saturday.
You hold yourself to a high standard defensively and your team, and at times this year you've been pretty open about disappointment in your guys' performance on that end. LeBron just said, throw out the percentages out the window, the numbers, that's the regular season.
Yep.
Now it's about winning. What have you guys found as a group to be able to perform at the level you did tonight, and how can you keep it going against Denver?
Play hard. We're just playing hard defensively. We're talking, we're communicating with each other. We're protecting each other. I'm not saying that wasn't the case earlier in the year or throughout the season, but the trust factor and just having a cohesiveness and multiple games under our belt with certain lineups to be able to just know where guys are going to be defensively. We're talking during timeouts, halftime, before the game, non-game days, just about what we want to do. And so it's good for us. It put us in a position to have, defensively 16-point quarters. I think besides their their first quarter, they had 34. I don't think they hit 30 in the fourth, I think. But we've been really good defensively for a while now. And we got to keep going against a very tough offense in Denver.
What are your thoughts on the Denver rematch?
We got to lay our hats on defense. Defensively is what's going to help us, win basketball games. Obviously, they have a lot of threats, on that team. Jokic, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, KCP, Braun. So it's not going to be easy, but, if we continue to have the faith and the trust in each other defensively, we can hold these guys, especially the one shot, get out and play in transition, and in the half court, just do everything with pace, play with a lot of pace. When we found that when we play with a lot of pace, we're able to get great looks.
How does Gabe fit into that hustle?
No, he's a ball hawk. He's a ball hawk, man. He's a very high IQ player. If he's talking, you can switch. I think one time tonight we switched him onto Zion. He guarded BI a couple times. He's just a great overall talent, high IQ player, and when he's like that on the defensive end, we're just a tougher team to beat.
When you saw Zion wasn't out there for the last 3 minutes, what were you thinking, or how did it change the tenor of the game at all?
I think for them, they were going to him. He was making plays for him. Not sure exactly what happened, but I didn't even notice honestly until I thought it was like a little, a break. But then I, looked up and it was like, all right, it's 2.5 minutes. It's time to finish the game. So I'm not sure what's going on, but obviously BI's on restrictions, but we just tried to continue to lock in defensively. And try to get one-shot rebounds and then, go score on the offense today.
Last question.
You won 12 out of 15 to go into the playoffs. What does that say about, are you peaking as a team?
I think we're clicking at the right time. We still have a lot to, accomplish, and, our goal wasn't to win 12 out of 15. Obviously we're taking it one game at a time, but I think we're clicking at the right time. Guys are playing well, guys are very confident, guys have found their rhythms, and we're going to need it, especially for this series.
Thanks, AD.
LeBron Austin was telling us that you told the team, it's not too often you're going to go 6 for 20, but he pointed out 3 steals, a couple blocks, a couple charges drawn, just kind of trying to find a way.
Yeah.
Was that kind of what you guys have been doing for the last couple of weeks to get up from the 10 to the 7?
Yeah, we've just been playing good ball, and everybody's been contributing. It hasn't been many games where me and AD shot the ball. I think we were 12 for 36 in the field, but the rest of the guys picked us up. So myself and AD was just trying to do everything else that we could. AD getting offensive rebounds, making free throws down the stretch. I continue to find my guys. Obviously, a big-time shot by D'Lo right there in that strong corner by their bench. It was a good all-around team win.
What's the importance level now? You have a couple days, get your bodies right, think about Denver, do all that.
Yeah, we'll get to Denver, but this was a long-ass road trip. You almost forget that we was in Memphis before these 2 games. Tonight was definitely a playoff game. So get your mind right, get your body right, trying to get as much recovery we can before we have to go out there on Saturday. On the floor on Saturday versus Denver. That's the main thing.
At times, this team hasn't played the best defense, finished in the middle of the pack in the league in defensive rating, but tonight there was a level that rarely been seen out of this group. How equipped are you guys to keep that level throughout the postseason?
Well, obviously that's what wins. That's what win ball games in the postseason. That's defending. Obviously, you got to score the ball. You got to be efficient. You got to not turn the ball over. But defensive stops, and that's keys to runs. You're able to get a few stops in a row. You're able to get some scores. You're able to get to some good runs where you can go on a 9-2 run or a 10-2 run or whatever the case may be. Force a team to call a timeout and gain some momentum. So, we worked up our defense tonight.
For you personally, how do you pace yourself to be able to get more on that end at this time of year?
No, ain't no more pace. Pace yourself for what? It's now a sprint. It's a sprint now. We already went through the marathon.
My point being, now you have a different level you can reach on that end, and you'll tap in.
Yeah, I do whatever it takes. All the percent is out the window. The season's over with, so it's about just winning. Win a game.
You took a couple Zion charges in December.
Yeah.
Was this one worse?
Yeah, this was a good one. That was a good one.
You guys entered the postseason last year. Dennis hits a huge shot in the play-in. Austin has a big game 1, and it kind of sets the stage for everybody to contribute to what you were talking about tonight, with what you got from Gabe in the second quarter, what you got from D'Lo late. What does that say about the health of the team as a whole? I guess more spiritually than anything, that it's everybody's contributing.
It's been my tone all season. It's been we can get healthy, or when we're healthy, or how healthy we can get is going to determine how well we play. This is about as close as healthy as we've been, and we're still without a big piece in Vando. So, but tonight we showcased what we're able to do both offensively and defensively. We got a good group going right now, good rotation, good plan, and guys are coming in ready to go.
Does that give you more confidence in these guys, or are you already at this point where you trust these guys in big games?
Yeah. I'll never lose confidence in my teammates, ever.
What are your preliminary thoughts on the Denver matchup?
Preliminary thoughts, it's the defending champion. They know what it takes. They know how to win. They've been extremely dominant in their home floor over the last few years. They got a MVP on their team. They got a closer on their team. They got high-level players, high IQ players. They got a hell of a coach. So, we have to play mistake-free basketball and make it tough on them. They're going to try to make it tough on us, obviously. But if we can play as great as game we can play, they're going to play as great as game they play. It's going to come down to 1 or 2 possessions, and we'll see who executes them.
Last question.
Ron, at the beginning of the season, Zion said that you had the blueprint. Tonight he has 40, but he goes out with an injury. What is your assessment of a guy like Zion in year 5?
He's going to be great for a long time. Obviously, he's had a slow start to the season this year, but he's a generational player, a generational talent. He's going to continue to get better and better and better. And tonight was just a small microcosm of how great he can be. His ability to get downhill, finish versus smalls, finish versus bigs, taller guys, shorter guys. It doesn't matter. And one thing about him, he's not afraid to compete. So that's a great thing. He's a star. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Awesome. Just first of all, this game, what did it take to build the lead that you did and then just hold on against a pretty furious New Orleans coach there?
Yeah, I thought they come out, from the gate and was super aggressive, played with a lot of physicality. The pace was fast. And they were playing a good brand of basketball, and we kind of weathered that storm, in that first quarter. And the start of the second quarter off good. Was up 10.5 or whatever, and then, grew that lead in the third, and then really, I don't know. I think they really just played good basketball and cut back into the lead. But, at that point, that they tied the game on to, back and forth. And, it was just a gutsy performance for us to come in here and, hold off on that win.
Zooming out a bit, even though you were 10 games over 500, you guys were the 10 seed on Friday. And so to now have gone through this whole season that you have and to secure a playoff berth as the 7th seed, where does that have you guys mentally as you look ahead to Denver?
Throughout the regular season, you always want to have a better record, be a better seed, higher seed. But the last couple of months, we've been really happy with the way we've been playing. We found some stuff offensively that's helped us a lot. And but as a team, moving forward, we're super excited where we are, as a basketball unit.
Austin, how excited are you for the rematch with Denver? What are your early thoughts? You guys are going to take the film the next few days, but just early thoughts on the matchup.
Yeah, obviously, very familiar with them. Defending champs, rightfully so, and they're a hell of a ball club, and we'll have to go put our best foot forward, play as hard as we can, and execute at a super high level, because that's what they do. Especially in the fourth quarter, they execute every single possession like it's the last possession of a game, and that's what's beautiful about how they play the game. We just got to go match that and compete. Yeah, that's really it. Super excited to go battle.
Austin, D'Lo got off to such a good start when nothing was really going right offensively for you guys, and then you hit that shot off your drive right in front of you on the bench. For a guy who is playing big games is going to be very scrutinized here, how important do you think this is for him to get off to this kind of start?
Super important. One thing about us, as a group, we know how good he is. And like you said, that first quarter, second quarter, whatever, especially the first quarter, he, single-handedly kept us in that game. It could have been, way worse than what it was. Just 5, 6, 7. They got up to 8, I think, maybe 10. But if it wasn't for him, it could have been 15, 18, 20. Super talented offensively. I think he's cherished the moment more this year at home when he hit the floater to go up, whatever it was, 1 or 2, and then in Milwaukee, late free throws, late buckets. But yeah, I was super surprised that he left strong side corner. I thought he was gonna fake and fade basically, and I went to go to a Euro and realized he wasn't going back. And I mean, it's a no-brainer, especially the way D'Lo shoots the ball. So super happy for him. Yeah, happy for our ball club.
Dave.
You guys were down double digits once the second. Gabe comes in, makes a pair of threes. Did that one, the second one gave you guys the lead. How important was that stretch for him, or just him in this game overall, and just how have you seen him become more comfortable, especially after missing so much time early in the season with Indy?
I think it's very important for him. Missed so much time with injury, and you battle to come back, which he's done, and I don't think there's a tougher situation to come back to, and especially time left in the year, that amount of games he had before this point, so it's super tough, I would assume, for him to really catch a rhythm, catch a flow. But every possession he's out there competing on defense. One of the best plays of the game is, when he got the deflection, dove on the floor, got the steal, and then pitched it back to TP. Just that, heart that he plays with. We know how good he can shoot the ball regardless of, how he shot it coming back. So we encourage him to do that and just to be himself. And, once he catches a rhythm, he's going to bring a whole nother dynamic to our team that, we really like.
It goes without saying the way you guys trust LeBron to have the ball in his hands, play make for you guys at any point in the game. But when things start to bog down in the fourth quarter, whether it be from their schemes or maybe him just running out of gas a little bit. Bless you. Thank you. How important is it to have players like yourself being willing to go get the ball and make plays? Obviously, you had the lob to AD and the pass to D'Lo.
Yeah, any possession that you have where you got Bron with the ball, AD with the ball, it's probably a good thing's going to happen. But like you said, I don't want to say Bron struggled tonight, but he looked at me in the locker room and was like, I don't know the last time I've shot 6 for 20, and basically praised the team for pulling us through this win. But for him to have the confidence in me to not go score or whatever, just to make the right play, means a lot to me, and it means a lot to the ball club, because you can just tell by that mentality that he has that he really just wants to win. And that's the beautiful thing about it. He doesn't care about being that guy every single possession. He is that guy, so it doesn't it's not really, he doesn't have to do it every single time. When it might not work a couple possessions, we can go away from it, but obviously always going to get back to it. Appreciate you.
Considering the last week, you're the 10 seed on Friday before the games start. Now you've secured the 7th seed and advance into the postseason. What stands out to you about this specific game and the way the New Orleans fought and what you had to do down the stretch to hold them off?
Just the grit of our group. Had a little bit of a cushion. They started making, what we thought they were going to do. They did, made their run, threw some heavy blows as they kept swinging. We kept fighting back, meet force with force. And so, man, blessings to Willie and his staff, his crew. That's a hard ball club to play, man. Their length, their athleticism, their skill, their ability to shoot the ball. Zion and, his nonstop relentlessness and attacking downhill. That's a hell of a team we just got past. So, but it revealed a lot about us and what we're made of, and the way we had, the way these 2 games went. One was, fairly big cushion throughout the game, and then tonight was hard fought as we anticipated. And so I'm just proud of our guys, just doing the little things, taking charges, whether it's Bron or different people taking charges, coming up with big defensive rebounds, D'Lo getting back, sprinting back, coming up with a huge steal late, hitting a huge bucket in front of their bench to go up 4. Guys stepping up, making their free throws. It's a lot. lot. We had some point blank, shots that we missed, that we normally make, but we didn't hang our heads. We just kept fighting.
Darvin, it seemed like they were really focused on trying to take away what they could from AD, and both those guys have an inefficient night. But you mentioned D'Lo 5 threes as the dagger threw in the corner. But what does that say about you guys as a team and him individually?
Bron just said it after the game. What we saw in these two games is a microcosm of what we have to be in the playoffs. It's back to 0-0. Seeds are what they are, but everyone is 0-0. So our supporting cast stepping up the way they did, on a night where, Bron and AD both were missing the mark in terms of field goals and, some tough misses, point blank range. But our others, all those guys, they stepped up. They buckled down. They made play after play after play, key moments. Gabe and his couple of threes he made early on were huge. His defense, Torian, all of these guys, man. It's just D'Lo, you mentioned, AR, Rui, like they really, everyone pitched in to help the team captains tonight and to a beautiful team win.
Obviously, LeBron, the guy that he is, you guys are all comfortable with him having the ball in his hands late in the game, but when he gets, he's expending so much energy defensively. There was a stretch there where he didn't have it going in the fourth, and then you saw AR, Rui, D'Lo start to make some plays that kind of unstick you guys. And how important has the development of the playmakers been beyond LeBron for you guys?
It's been great, man. It's been huge for us. We know we have 5 capable guys in that starting lineup, and most times we finish the game with that lineup who all are high-level playmakers, all score from all 3 levels. It's going to get out there, compete, do the little things. AD coming up with some huge offensive rebounds off some of the misses, and just the trust factor. D'Lo can initiate and make a big play in big moments. Same with AR. Brian, we've seen it 21 years now. AD, Rui, all those guys just playing stress-free basketball, trying to figure out what's the best matchup, get into the right action, and make something happen, if not for themselves, mostly for someone else.
And you've only had Gabe for a handful of games this year. In the second quarter, you guys are down double digits, and he has a really important shift. What did he give your team there in the second quarter?
Just his toughness, his grit, his ability to make shots, and like I said, that will come as his legs get stronger and stronger underneath him. His shot making will increase as well, but just he has this quiet toughness about himself. Whatever you need him to do, he's going to do it. He's going to make sure he executes it, and starts with defense with him. The defense, diving on the floor, everything. Like, he's a hell of a competitor.
Darvin, you guys you guys seemingly discovering an identity that was more offensive driven and sort of the push that you guys went on. I think 3rd best offensive rating in the league, but on a night tonight when rhythmically, offensively, you guys didn't really hit. How impressed were you with, I don't know if it's the figured outness, but or whatever it is, the resourcefulness of your team defensively to do enough?
I mean, we've shown that in different stretches, different games, when we want to lock down, we have, we're more than capable of locking down. And you saw that in the second quarter. They made some shots late for a long time. They had only scored 10 points. And then, they got some opportunities late. But that said, our guys know, there's no way around it. You can't fake it. In terms of, you want to win big, you're going to have to defend. You're going to have to defend and rebound. Those 2 areas, we continuously stressed that we need to be at an elite level, especially this time of year going into what we're about to face. Our defense and our rebound has to be on point.
We'll talk about Denver a lot in the next few days, but there was this notion out there perhaps that it would be better for you guys to drop this game to avoid them. How excited is this group for this challenge against Denver?
There was a report of what?
It wasn't a report. It was TV talking stuff. It was that maybe
saying what again?
It'd be better off if you guys lost this game to avoid Denver in the first round, to play.
Insane asylum sources say.
Sure.
Nah. If you
It
just
wasn't sourced. It wasn't
Yeah,
sourced.
okay.
It was just chatter.
Just someone that just got out of the insane
Opinions.
asylum.
There was opinions,
Okay,
yes.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, roll the dice.
They
Roll
just
the.
released these people.
Yeah.
I guess like the challenge of Denver. When you're on a team that has a season that doesn't end the way it wanted the year prior, how excited do you think this group is to try to get that?
Extremely. It's an opportunity. And like I said, man, it's back to 0-0. Obviously, they've had a ton of success against our ball club, but there's always a new day. And, you know, my staff and I have already been putting the groundwork together for that game plan, and we'll get together tomorrow. Other guys, the team will have a day off, but we'll start the process of building out the game plan and go up there and give it our best shot. That's all we can do. We feel comfortable, though. We like where we are. We like where the spirit of our group is. Everybody's chipping in, pitching in, excited about this challenge and this opportunity. And respect to Denver, they're a hell of a ball club. It's the reason why they're defending champs. But, you know, we like our chances.
Just how much has Denver been in you guys' minds since last question comes?
Not a lot, man. I mean, we've had our health issues. We had issues of trying to make this push to secure a spot in the postseason. So we've been just taking care of us, taking care of things one day at a time, and, you know, tackling everything that's immediately in front of us.
Along those lines, what are your early thoughts on the matchup and kind of just how?
I don't have any. I don't have it. We'll get to it tomorrow.
Your thoughts on just the form of winning 12 out of the last 15, including these two, to go into the playoffs in that kind of form over the last several weeks?
They're just playing basketball the right way. These guys are we're really having a lot of fun. You know, it's been some challenging moments, no doubt, some challenging circumstances at times, but you can see the group, the genuineness of the group, and their joy that they get from playing with one another, and the way we've been playing collectively is at a high level. So, again, we're in a great space right now at the perfect time.
How much does just this, I'm going to call it a series, you know, you guys win these games in very different ways, do you think this gives you more confidence in what this group can accomplish just moving forward?
You just got to be able to, whether it's your night and you're throwing in shots from everywhere, or it's not your night, you're missing point blank range, and you just still buckle down defensively and do all the little things that help you get over the hump. Being able having diversified ways to win games, you know, is what you need to have in going into a postseason like this.